Hello and welcome to everyone. Hope you're all having a fine evening today and looking forward to join us at end of the season for a review of how everything UKBBL is going. I can, I can hear in the background there's already the touchdown of the evening, so that's always good news and a good place to start. I'm here joined by Phil. Hello.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. And we will be talking about predictions and how horrible Phil is at predictions. You never get any of them right. Damn, you're good at it. I must admit that's quite impressive. Hope that's not the screen we're looking for. This is the screen we're looking for. Good. So there's already matches being played tonight.
I made a promise to myself that we would actually talk about some Blood Bowl being played tonight. As nice as it is to just chat, but so I know we've got this one. We've also got coming up later on will be Doug Lowe's Goblins against Jean-Luc TV's Nurgle. So I'll probably go into that one. That might be quite fun just to watch goblins do goblin things.
Goblins usually are quite good at delivering chaos and mayhem. That is always more or less reliable for them, right?
Yeah.
So
we're just looking at a pretty standard orc turn 8, so just be an opportunity to try and get rid of those beastmen.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been another fabulous season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame we've lost a few players as kind of along the way, for different reasons. But oh no, they're going to get a chance at a 1-turn actually.
Oh.
They've got the goblin.
Then why are we having it so far back and nothing to pick up the ball really? Oh,
They've got the thrower.
We have several goblins. Interesting.
Which one are you putting it? Yeah, you're going to put it to the rookie one, right? You don't want to potentially injure a sneaky git.
No. But like at least this is from my experience when I play goblins, right? Neat. Or they even have 2 turns, yeah.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes it.
I like the fact if you'll probably leave the troll there because it just offers a something. If you can't get the ball away, well, that's helpful.
It's gonna make it a lot easier. Actually, the question becomes like, are you gonna be greedy and just give it a try already this turn?
No. What you do is you'll try and move the troll, so clear out one side, and then try and move the troll. That's what I would be doing anyway.
And the problem is also you give time for the defenders to get sort of in place. Like right now, they are not
This is
screening.
true. That you can probably still throw straight over the top of them.
Seem to remember like the throwing range would be
So
more or less
they're only
drop here.
defending with 8. It's 8 they'll have. You take both down. That'll do. Probably bring him in front somewhere. Not sure which angle you're looking at, because I'm looking at it in game. Yep, bring him to his left-hand side, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe even try and foul the most forward one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Should change my camera angle.
Be interesting, like. Yeah, you're throwing a couple.
Oh, we're going for it this turn. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. That is the magic of goblins, right?
I mean, I'm assuming you're throwing next turn. I actually thought my idea was quite good. Try and move the troll, screen the front of the troll, put another scoring threat the other side, bring the thrower down, but put the thrower potentially in handoff distance, so you could maybe throw with it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
If that was easier.
I think having like multiple threats for next turn would have been the safe option, right? Like, one is just need to swarm in and make fun with the ball here.
Yeah, just cover the ball off, and I think the Chaos basically did enough.
Well, you got your touchdown. You get some attrition on top of that. Potential KO for next half, right? Like that's a pretty decent half. Like, you can
This is
always
actually potentially really important, because if the Daz could win this, going into the last round, they'd be level with 9th. This essentially makes Zonrex safe if he can win this game.
Interesting.
So this is not a dead rubber. There's actually important things on this game.
Yeah.
And if Zonrex loses this, is not actually safe himself. Though it's interesting he's gone to try and pick up the ball. I actually think that's putting his ball carrier at maybe more risk than need.
I think at least I would have pulled back so that even if he goes one and fails his going for it, like it will be bouncing from here. Like right now you could still punch him and it could bounce out badly. Well, yeah. With the troll move,
That's just gonna foul.
Yeah, that's sort of a
throw the block first.
Yeah.
Throw the block first.
Yeah, you just gotta eat that, aren't you? Like it's a baby.
Just do the safe things first. Just throw the block first. With the blocked guy, you know.
Punch here. Get down here. Get a first, second. And there's the one on that one if you're unlucky. Yeah. That's sort of what we don't want to get.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
This player likes to be well assisted.
Of course. Nuffle showing its famous kindness.
To be fair, I don't mind. I don't necessarily mind that turnover.
No.
If you get star player points on that player, it's quite good.
I also find like it's sometimes like with this whole thing, it's sort of like, yeah, rather this turn than in 2 seconds when it's the start of a new half. It's for me, it's sort of like classic. You get to like that turn 8, you can't do anything. I get a blitz, and it's like, yeah, couldn't we have just waited for like the new half so that blitz could actually have mattered? Because it's like, yeah, can't get it all, I guess. Interesting to see how aggressive the
job achieved.
Sorry?
Job achieved for the Chaos. All I needed to do.
You can see that there's 2 kegs in the play here for the Chaos player. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Orcs came in with quite high TV. Yeah, 1645 for the Orcs. Obviously, the Chaos came in at 1530. Thank you. Check. I don't know. I don't know when I go to Discord, you're showing something else, but in Twitch you are actually streaming the game. That's quite clever.
Well, I can make it so that what I'm sharing with you is the Twitch stream instead. That's smart. That is.
I'm just curious. So, obviously, some people have different handles. So because Torek always comes on to watch our streams.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether Torek is a UKBBL coach. Are you a UKBBL coach, Torek? Or are you?
I think so.
Do you just enjoy our streams? Because I don't recognise a Torek 79. I do pride myself on knowing most people.
You have a very good handle on all the players, and I think that's also one that gives you the unfair advantage with the predictions.
That's because I care.
Oh, we're gonna play that card.
Oh, well, I am a commissioner, so I have to care. I don't necessarily want to care, but I have to care.
So I
This is
thought it
gonna
was
be
more of a
you
teacher
know,
thing, like they could remember all the kids' name.
I can't remember their names. No.
No. I have been like I'm actually qualified teacher or just as a teacher for a bit, but I don't know how to do that either. Like, that is not my forte.
Torek just enjoys watching Blood Bowl.
Ah,
Oh, cool.
cool, even better. Don't mind.
Well, I suppose this is a good point. This is not trying to sell coming to play some Blood Bowl, but any of you other people do watch this stream but don't currently play with us. Obviously, coming to the end of the season, so we're coming to a new cycle of sign-ups.
Yeah.
Or if you're looking to return, we're getting a few more of those.
Yeah, I saw Sermo coming back.
Former
that.
champion Ceramore will be coming back with some woodies.
Oh,
Got to play Ceramore at the UKBBL's tabletop.
yeah.
That was an experience. An experience he enjoyed that I did not.
Did Nuffle show his face at some point?
No, it was one of those games where I'd played 5 games of not enjoying humans, and I just didn't enjoy playing humans for the last game.
No.
I just really got really ratty about it.
No.
Ceramore went and won 3-0 and showed no mercy, quite rightly, as well.
It's hard nuts, and sometimes, like especially also here towards the end of the season, you sort of run into matches where it's sort of like you can already see where the things are going, and you already also know because of the rankings in the leagues, right? Like where you're sort of headed. Like then it becomes like, what am I actually fighting for at this point? Like, am I just gonna stand my players to the side and not get creamed, and or should I pick a fight that I don't really need to and don't want to, like so? But yeah,
Been some randoms on this orc team.
that is good.
That's a pile driving.
Are you telling me that he's not picked that? I'm pretty sure like everyone picks pile driver.
Well, no, I'm just saying like that skill is bad enough that he probably should have been sacked, or he will get sacked at the end of this season.
True. That is a common issue for those, right? Yeah, multi-block is another of the famous skills you don't really want to get. But yeah, that's all.
Mine it's all break tackle and claw. That's quite nice.
Yeah, I think break tackle is a lot underrated for a lot of people. Like it's actually, I think, quite a good skill.
It's been made worse for some.
And better for others, but definitely, yeah. Like the old version was better for some players and worse for other players. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you got an agility 4+ on a big guy,
like Saurus is a good example. Like for Saurus, it was king before.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but for now, for a blitzer, orc blitzer, it's much better. That's it. Because you get to do all the dice, not just the first.
I'm playing quite talking about kind of things that rely on races that rely on other things. So I know there's been a lot of sort of Euro Bowl sort of talk about the fact that they're limiting the number of skill picks. So I'm playing at Carrot Crunch in Ipswich.
Yeah.
The end of next month, and they're allowing a max of 2 skill picks, or 2 repeat skill picks.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can take 2 block, or you can take, 2 guard. So I've tried to have a look through rosters and go, ooh, what can you actually take here? Because there ain't a lot.
So I find it always sort of a difficult discipline. Like I used to play a lot of Warhammer Fantasy and 40K back in the day also, and you did the same with the army selection. There's nothing really new in that sort of like in the concept wise, but it's always like, are you actually hurting or you're helping more with what you introduce? Like every time you introduce a new rule, is it actually helping the game or is it just making it worse in a different way? And I personally think that like I get why you don't want to see like 8 guards or 8 block dot pieces and stuff like that. I think that's perfectly fine. But also like 2, that's low. That's really low.
Well, I had a little think through teams, and I kind of thought, okay, so you're going to be giving up quite a lot on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
I think orcs could be quite strong because you don't necessarily need your 2. You could probably get away with having 2 guard and then 2 block. I think he's missed an opportunity here, so I think there's an opportunity to serve that warrior.
Yeah, and I would actually say it's also almost like worth it. Like it's a key piece, so to speak, right?
Yeah. And the Chaos has given up a lot of blocks on this turn. A lot of them.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough next turn. I'm thinking. Wow.
Aggressive. Well, so I mean, you can obviously bring down the blitzer here. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
We're gonna put Goblin in here then.
But you could be in trouble here if against the Minotaur. This is definitely a ball sacking opportunity.
Mm-hmm. But I think to some extent it's also like if you are going for the win, this is more or less what you need to do. Right? Like you don't have time to for a slow steady push, so you're gonna have to take some gambles. I think
Yeah, that's
this
true. In
might
terms of league position, yeah, you do have to push here.
yeah. I'm not sure you're gonna get rewarded for it, but that's a separate issue, right?
Yeah. So I think probably what it is I'm trying to have a little look what the play is here.
Not a wise place to end
See,
your
that would have
turn
been my
on the border
blitzer.
of the pitch.
I'd have blitzed with
If the
him.
player gets pushed into the
No, sorry. I'm flipping it around to the chaos side, aren't I?
happened. It took 3
So,
days to
well, that's
piece the
very
body
helpful.
back together.
Oh, definitely.
I think the chance to blitz is probably now gone.
But he splits over here, right? I'm just thinking. I
Well, I
think.
think you wanted both of those. If both of those players are standing up, that makes it a hell of a lot easier. The Minotaur's got a 2 into what looks like uphill, and then you then have to clear out one of the. You have to clear out this Biggin. So you need to throw the Minotaur block first. Yeah, stand him up. That's okay.
I think you should be pulling back and just aggressing from north to south. And then follow up with it's from that's the push from the Minotaur just to make everything worse. With all clear.
Depends kind of how aggressive you want to be. So
True.
not going to go for the blitz on the ball carrier this turn then.
No. It's also quite hard. Like if this was free over here, that you come in over here, clear. Like,
Well, you're saying over here, but I'm watching in game, so I can't see what you're highlighting.
I'm talking about the cast wire with the guard and nothing else. If he could have come over next to the Minotaur on the south side, or north side.
Mm.
He's not free, so I don't want to do that. We screen, yep. Yep. Buy ourselves a little bit of time.
That's a good choice for this play.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's a bright.
Oh, gets it.
Yep.
Another player on the
And snake eyes. That's
Done. Now I'm going to say, I think this Minotaur is in a position. I think it was against you. Again. I think I was playing. Yeah, it was you. It was in the Challenge Cup. You know, I remember those days.
yeah.
We were just trying to find a way to play Blood Bowl on Blood Bowl 3. And this feels like one of those points where this Minotaur has been left in such a position, it's going to die. I'm going to call it this turn, this Minotaur is going to get injured.
I think it's a bold prediction. We'll see if it pans out. I think statistically, you're not likely.
I had a block. I had a block Blodge Witch that had not taken a block for 2 games.
Yeah.
So it had not taken a block against it in its existence.
Yeah.
First block, bust niggle.
It's just one of those matches where nothing loves me.
Why I'm so, you know, you have that key player that you know
Yeah.
is like it's got slightly weaker armor. You know, it's gonna take some damage. It's gonna get killed. Watch it. It's gonna get killed.
So I had a match the other day with Pro Ls, and in the 7 first blocks he made 5 injuries. And it was just like, yeah, that's that's just rough.
Oh,
I've seen mushrooms.
you really wanted that block to come off there, but there was no easy way to get a player down there because you also really want that blitzer free.
I think this is going to be a problem next time. This is going to be big problems.
Can you bring down the thrower to help? No, you can't.
Inspiration's time to sit in, so we just start to do some stuff we don't want to. Like one nickel you can deal with, I agree with you, Magnus. But the problem is more, it makes it also so that you're more reluctant to even just say was nickel 2, right? And it's like, and then when it gets 2, it's not really a player you want to use your APOC on anymore. Like you can be forced to, and there can be situations where you still a valid option, but you're still like. Well, you could also come on voice and join us, but no. But
To be fair, I don't necessarily think trying to activate the troll was necessarily bad.
No.
Because there was no other way. You basically either GFI'd to get that thrower down so they could activate, which failed.
Yeah.
But the reward was you possibly got that troll into support, and then that actually does leave a block on the Minotaur on. That's a bit of a shame.
But it's also sometimes you get to the point where it's like I have to try to make something happen. It's not a good decision in its own, but for the overall thing that I'm trying to achieve, whether it's securing the ball or blocking a touchdown, you gotta sometimes just it's a lot of dice, but I gotta try it, right? Yeah. Okay. I think you should. Wow, that's yeah, okay.
That's 2 times I think in this half that he's done that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean they can still get to the ball. Yeah. It's just not ideal. And I'm absolutely not re-rolling it at this point. If it doesn't work.
No. I think
go.
I might have considered taking out the guard piece.
Well, to be fair, Zonrex did and rolled
No,
the 2 bows down.
I mean like here with the last splits. I know like the first split.
Oh no! I get I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But like I would have just taken the skull.
That's also an option.
Because at this point you're thinking I'm probably likely to get the ball for 3 turns minimum. So I'd want that re-roll for my offense.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Oh, stop moving the screen. Oh, he's got one. Oh no, that's a Chaos Warrior. I quite like Chaos Warriors. I thought it was an Orc. Never mind. Boo.
I'm not saying that you're biased or anything like that, but it could appear like.
I hate Orcs at the moment. Just hate them.
Yeah. Can't blame you. Can't blame you.
When Khorne come out in the next patch, you've heard it here first, folks. That's my call for the next one. the prophet has spoken.
Well, if
I'm gonna make a team called the Orc Killers, and they're all gonna be based around sort of Hollywood horror villains, and they're all just gonna take Claw Mighty Blow. That's it.
the thing to go for.
Oh yeah, but you don't want them all doing that, do you? The ideal build, you don't want all of them.
No, it gets too heavy, like team value cost. It's good to have a few of them, but I think beyond 3, you sort of get redundancy issues of cost.
I'm gonna just have a little look while we're doing this. I'm gonna have a quick look at Lala Prout's Chaos team, which look like they're getting promoted. We'll come to that in a little bit, won't we?
Yeah. I'm still getting all the predictions here ready for us. So.
What's that? That adds 280. So what's that? That's just 3, 4, 14, 20. Oh, he's done that stupid thing where he moves the players, not on their numbers. 1, 2. And cut his player. I mean, actually, that's not a bad roster. So he's going to be able. So Lala Prout, who is currently Baron Hill's West leader on 10 wins. He's lost 1 game in his entire franchise existence. That's impressive.
That is a
so
rough
you can get
start that the Chaos
Yeah.
Players has got here with a skull. First dice roll, turn, skull.
Yeah, you just have to take that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that pause. It's a pause of, I hate you, Nuffle. You're not being fair. Stop doing this to me.
He's
Right.
okay. That's fine. And the thing is that I wouldn't. It's one of those ones of I know Zomrex will be annoyed with that. But I don't think he needs to be. He's 1-0 up. It's turn 13 for the Orcs. The Orcs have to win. They have to go for this. So you're going to get the ball back because a draw for the Orcs is not enough.
That's a trade secret.
No.
Jim.
But I think it's more like of that feeling of like Nuffle is being really
Yeah.
unfair.
Yeah, this is
Wasn't it?
Colster Hills, this one. So I said it earlier in the stream, but Zonrex currently in 7th with 3-3-3, 12 points after 9 games. The Daz is on 7 points with a 2-1-6 record. Has just not scored enough. And to be fair, has not got enough casualties. 8 casualties for the season for an Orc side is abject.
That's not a good sign.
You're doing less than 1 a game.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
And Orcs need to remove players, right?
Well, it definitely makes it easier. I think we can all agree on that unquestionable. It does make it a lot easier for the Orcs to do that when they get removals.
I mean, they've only got. I mean, they've thrown a lot of blocks in this game. They're going to throw a few more in this half, and they've still only got rid of 1 Chaos player.
Yeah.
Then again, to be fair, I'm not looking around, and I'm not seeing a lot of Mighty Blow. Has he got any Mighty Blow apart from the troll? I don't think he does.
No,
Yeah, I don't think he's got any Mighty Blow.
I've seen lying on the field during my career. Well, I could start my own team. You only need 1 million gold, right?
so a lot of stand firm and guard and block, but there's not a lot of.
Yeah, it looks like he's tried to go for like almost like a, don't know, like a control. That's a bit greedy.
Well, that's a bit embarrassing for everyone.
That's
As
very,
well.
very, very greedy. Very, very greedy.
Oh, I can't believe this. So many fans. What is this? A blind halflings match or something?
Well-behaved Minotaur.
I just would have been doing a blitz for that.
This is why you want to play Chaos.
Do you know what? I just. This is the reason why I Corn is quite tough, particularly when you take the blood spawn.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that with the blood, when you take the blood spawn, you have to blitz with it.
Yeah.
If it's not connected to a player, you have to blitz with it, because that's the whole point of it. It needs to do a block every single turn. The Minotaur is that player. It's the same idea, right?
Yeah.
And so it feels like if you don't blitz with it, it's a wasted. Is that Orc meant to be there, or is that's a graphical glitch there, I think.
Since we don't share the same, I think.
Or is that a graphical glitch on my end? I'll have a little look on the stream. Oh, you've got the pitch thing. No, that's a bit weird. That's just me.
That is a cheeky blitz, but we got away with it.
Is it? Must be this.
But I think I do find it weird that there is still graphical glitches quite often. Like for a game of its age.
Yeah, I've got a a blitzer basically in the square below when it should be standing in a different square, basically.
And I think at least those seem to not be as common anymore. But like when there was glitches with showing where the ball is in wrong squares, that was really, really bad.
You've got so many twerps coming through.
Yeah.
Like running to a square, trying to pick up the ball, and it's like, yeah, he's not picking up the ball. No, because the ball's not on that square. That's pretty
To be
horrible.
fair, though, the game does have the circles, and the circles are at least in the right place.
Yeah.
So you can see where all the players are.
Yeah. Well, I actually have the circles on exactly for that reason. Well, we talked about like whether the Orcs would try for a quick touchdown. I would say if they tried, I didn't succeed that well. Or no, didn't have much luck with it.
Can you get the ball? Can you get the ball back and get a draw?
Yeah.
I mean, they might just throw the goblin at it. I don't think there's an easy way for the chaos to get away here. It's basically Orcs will score, Orcs will be able to pick up the ball and run it in, or they won't.
Can you? Yeah, that's right. I think this splits this guy. Wow, you can also just dodge, right? That's a option.
That's also a valid choice.
That's one way of doing it too. Yeah, block here. Yeah.
Why would you blitz there?
Yeah, I don't. I was just
Sure,
saying,
why
like,
would you blitz there?
yeah.
Scoring my first touchdown. You see, I just ripped the head off this kid.
What's your plan?
Oh, oh, do not like that.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
Oh no, that's just rough.
Well, you don't appo that because he's already got a niggle.
Yeah.
You absolutely don't. That's a waste. Ooh. That's not worked out very well.
Oh no. Oh,
well, that goblin's getting surfed.
Yeah, I think so. Like it wouldn't have mattered, but like you could at least decide like sidestepped over here and like make the dodge a lot easier.
I'd have just done it with the goblin. Why not do it with the goblin?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's also like when you said like it's a bit weird that he's blitzing. Yes, I think it's really weird. You could have blitzed down here or freed up some more. Like if you couldn't do the dodge anyway, but I would have done the dodge down here and freed up that way. And then use the goblin, of course. And
well, then you push it away from the ball now here.
Yeah.
The ball's still not safe though.
No, but I think it's because he wants the let's call him the pro / runner to go and have a stab at the ball.
Is this blizzard? Is this we've got a -1 on rushes here, have we?
Yeah, -1 always. Yeah. It limits
okay. So basically rushing is not an option.
It's a less of an option.
Has not got a reroll.
And I'm Infamous. Also affects throwing.
If you do.
And I.
Very nice.
Yeah. We should probably bring this guy back here.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
The one lying down.
These players have not been afraid to throw 1 dice blocks, have they?
No. A lot more okay with it than I'm usually am. But I think it's also like.
I mean, to be fair, I've been throwing a few more 1 dice blocks, but they're at points where I'm happy to turn over.
Yeah. I also think it seems, at least in the meta from like back when I played Blood Bowl 2 a lot and the start of Blood Bowl 3, that there has become a higher acceptance of using one dice block.
See, now that blitz made sense. Because I was looking at it going, again, why would you blitz there? And I'm like, horns. There you go.
But I was thinking, like, if you look at it, like, if you're willing to dodge, you can also do single dice blocks. The same statistics, right? All this.
Yeah. I mean, you still don't want to be doing it too many times, but if you've got the opportunity to maybe get, you know, a bonus injury.
Yeah.
That's what you're essentially trying to go for, isn't it?
Well, it's also
A bonus
sometimes just
stun,
to
a bonus stun, a bonus knockout.
turn things slightly even more, like increasing the pressure,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
And it's also like usually those turns that swing the match the most is those turns where like you did all the things you need to do, and then you get to do like 3 questionable things, and to just, oh, that's a POW. That's, oh, okay, both down. We both have block. Cares. Oh, and another POW. But those 2 extra POWs really matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, but we're particularly against like a bash team who want to throw the blocks. So
oh yeah,
you know, and then you're not leaving another player based to then get hit.
yeah,
So
yeah, or just even like just pushing them slowly and steadily towards the sideline, right? That's also like, now I need to do something about this guy. I don't really want to, but I have to. Hmm.
In these conditions, it's just crazy. I was just getting bored.
well, in the other game this evening that was gone on, Orcs have also had a bad night. Traums beat Concrete Snail 2-0 with the Skaven.
Oh, dude.
Just while we see these kind of last couple of turns play out, I think there's some interesting chat in the Prem West about you know, the weakness of these lower armor teams and how they have to climb. And again, I was talking with Seema, who's one of the Wood Elf coaches in the Prem West. Because they haven't got that redraft in, and because you know we don't have the manpower to go through and kind of do all like manual re-rolls with niggles and things. You know, these armor 9, armor 8 teams are taking a lot of damage as they kind of go up. So by the time they get up there, they're already pretty broken.
Yeah.
When they get up to Prem.
I think at least this is at least my take on it also is the fact that we reset the money. It means that at least for the first 2 matches at least, they don't have any money to replace their team with anymore. And that means that any injuries is just gonna stifle them
Yeah.
at the start of the season, right? Whereas as
Hey,
an orc team, you can
took
buy a
no
new player
Apo
for
game
first.
1.
Sorry?
I said I took no Apo game 1. It could have gone really badly.
I remember Henrik last season also picking 11 Skavens and no APOC, and it's like, yeah, that's a level of brave that I'm not willing to entertain.
My reward. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took it, and it actually made me feel. It's ironic that this is the season actually where I've been more at risk of relegation than any other season that I've been in the Prem.
Yeah.
And I made that choice, but I made it because I was playing all of the bash teams first.
Yeah.
Ooh, gets the KO and not sent off as well. Really putting the boot in.
Yeah. I can get over at this point. Just clean up duty.
Absolutely. Should we go have a look at some Nurgle playing some goblins?
Oh,
Apparently, it's
definitely.
been quite a brutal start to the match. Go and have a little look, see what's going on.
But so I also played a fair bit of Dark Elves on the ladder, and especially when you have seasons with high team value, like 1800 or right now 2 million, I think it is, right? It also gets really hard to sustain a team at the high end because the level of attrition that you can suffer in a match just gets really, really high. I think it's generally an issue for high TV playing that there is a lot of attrition that like team value.
Yeah. Well, I'd say we've got redraft coming, so hopefully it will
Yeah,
that will improve
that.
things. Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah.
I think you and me, everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's generally accepted, and I think it was generally accepted right at the beginning of Blood Bowl 3 that we absolutely wanted redraft. Everybody wanted redraft. We were all very clear about it.
I think there's a lot of the rules, like the rules random and stuff like that. It just doesn't work if you don't have redraft.
So this game's already started out badly for the goblins because they've already lost one of their trolls. They've lost their block or one of their block trolls.
Yeah,
they've got two of them.
Oh, what's going on here? A throw?
Go on. Oh, did he catch it?
He catch it. What's I'm a little bit confused.
What's happened here?
That's a good question. I think this guy, the Mighty Blow one, caught it and tried to throw it, and it landed on the rot spawn.
On the Beast of Nurgle, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And took out the troll, who then stood up and then punched the rotter in the face.
Yeah, they're not called Beasts of Nurgle now, are they?
No.
I tell you what, I have a genuine fear of these hooligans.
Yeah.
They're not very pleasant.
I don't like playing against Wolf. It's boring. But there's one team I prefer to play against even less, and that's Nurgle. Because it's like, no, you can't do ball play. No, you can't do blocks. You can't do anything. It's like, it's denying all the other play styles, which I don't really like. At least with dwarves, it's like, yeah, I don't like what you're doing, but I at least get to do whatever I'm good at still. Whereas against Nurgle, it's like, no, you don't get to throw, you don't get to catch, you don't get to move away, you don't get to do anything. But yeah. Ooh.
Dion said redraft should have been from season 1, and again, everyone I think agrees with you.
I think the game should not have been released when it was. Considering what was in the game,
they had to release it, didn't they?
Wow.
They had to.
That is gonna be a turnover. That troll just doesn't want to play with him. There was skills that wasn't in the original game when it launched, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but like, as much as like I would like redraft for me is a extra feature. Not having that the base skills of the game is in the game is just like, that can't not have that. That's just not. Yeah, I think someone is cursing enough at this point. I can't blame them.
I think Jean is cursing too Doug on his thread because there's a lot of beeps. A lot of beeps come to Discord anyway.
Yeah.
I've seen some bad
It's
matches in my time.
I love this very long legs bloater. Oh, he actually helps to catch. That's why he caught it.
Yeah.
I think he actually did roll a 6, but he adds +2 to interfere with a pass.
Yeah.
Mm. Be interested to see. I watched the Bonehead podcast. His kind of conspiracy theory video that he put up last week.
Do tell. I
With
haven't
sort of
seen.
all of the Games Workshop teams have kind of gone out of stock, and again, I watch a number of Arbiter Ian videos. He does Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
But that's a that's a usual sign that things are about to be replaced.
Yeah.
Oh, good throw, Bomber.
Well, it's actually sort of good throw. Like, you need a clear path so you can get to the ball, and there's technically a clear path now.
Indeed. Yes.
Like I think we all agree if we were the Goblin player, we would have liked to clean out these squares. Not disputing that, but like if you have to,
there, haven't you?
no.
Or we're going to go for a cheeky 1 die.
Are we?
Blitz.
Oh my
Yeah. Well done, Doug.
Well, I think as a Goblin player, you have again slightly different criteria of what is a good block. And we just talked about the match before, right? With orcs and cats, like you know, like one block, it's like yeah, maybe not good. And here's like with Goblin, it's like, oh, I get one. It's not uphill.
I knew this foul was coming as well.
Yeah.
This foul was coming as well.
Oh yeah. I'm just seeing that he's he's particular.
Okay, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he just needed he needed one more.
Mr. Poku should have
one.
Mr. Poku should have gone over there. Yeah. Good luck with getting those goblins out. You need to drive, but like.
What's your take on it, Bob?
I agree. If you're in this fix,
I hate how the new tentacles work.
It's very good.
Yeah. It's also weird that it's one of the few things where it's your opponent rolling for it. Like at least in the old days, if by you rolling for it yourself also meant you could re-roll it. You can't do that anymore, which is all interesting. Makes it a lot harder.
Are you throwing an? I'm throwing a bomb right in there.
Yes. I am definitely throwing a bomb.
Yay! He got down the troll. Well done. He got him. And he didn't regen. That's both the trolls gone.
I don't like regen. It's hit or miss. Oh god, this is. Ooh, yeah. Getting really violent.
This is where the goblins start to fall apart.
Yeah. You do a lot of things with the goblin team, but they do need their trolls. At least just trolls to just mitigate some of the damage. Without that, I think this is gonna be a rough match.
Well, they've now lost all their strength.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like Doug's got any bribes either.
No.
So that bomber's now... That bomber's drive is done.
Yeah. But like Mathemus is saying, regen is a fake skill. Like I played against Fantas and he's undead, right? And I got 3 injuries and all 3 regen didn't work right. So that's all failed. It just if they had all worked, he would have had an easy match. But by them not working, the match is basically over already. I think solved the problem with it.
Fine.
Something's happening.
Oh. He caught it. I'm not sure why you're catching that.
It's not exploding.
There goes the ball spinning above the field.
Yeah.
It's what the?
That was a wild set of dice. I'm just gonna have a look what happened there.
I would like to point out interfering
So,
here is a
Throw
free plus.
the bomb. So throwed the bomb. Doug actually re-rolled that. It was inaccurate. It then became wildly inaccurate. They actually it did interfere. I would have just left it alone. Succeeded on a 5. Caught it on a 6. It didn't explode. Managed to throw on a 6+. That was amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Then the pogo stick, I think, interfered on a 3-up.
Yeah. With a -7 modifier.
That's just wild. Oh, did he do it? He did it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, you don't want this going next to the Beast and Nurgle. Put it that way.
No. Because you'll never.
However, I do think this this bomber's done.
Yeah.
Now.
But I think you still take that trade, right?
Go on, leap. Oh, can he leap? Has he got leap?
He could leap, but I think I would dodge actually.
Did he come with leap?
Yeah,
I can
pogo
jump
sticks.
your race.
Part of the rules for the pogo stick is that they can leap.
Any square during its move, including a square occupied by the standing player.
Yeah.
And they ignore any agility negative modifier. Wow. Oh.
Oh no! No, that's just cruel. Oh my god.
Why not pogo stick that? Surely that's better there.
Yeah, I would have
If it's
pogo stick.
ignore all negatives,
Yeah.
you just pogo stick.
Yeah. I would dodge around like he did, and then I would have pogo sticked away. But not that it would have saved him, but
Very nice.
But we did mention before this match that we thought it was going to be a interesting dice-wise match, and I think we were right. That is.
I will say that I also think this game's sort of now done because I'm looking at the Jean-Luc obviously started with the ball, and just counting the number of injuries, all of these toys that have been sitting on the bench, they have to go on turn 8.
Yeah.
If Nurgle score. Ouch.
That is actually quite important. Because that ball is not secure.
Indeed not. I would also be throwing a lovely little bomb in there.
Yeah, I think in all fairness, I would use it to screen with. Either that'll pick it up.
So you got the goblin at the bottom, and well, I don't know which angle you're looking at.
I'm looking from the Nurgle side.
Yeah, so you're looking the same as I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh. No, that's why you moved the bomber first, so you at least had something to like just. Oh, but like even
I'm not even sure they can score. I don't even think they can score.
I think they can, but it's like throwing the bomb. The ball to someone. Yeah, we need to get spaces. Like
You have to hit this bomber, and this bomber has to go down.
no. Oh no! That beastie boy. He needs to move more forward, doesn't he? Like he's still outside range. And another.
That's it.
Oh my god! This is the craziest dice.
Yes, the unmistakable sign of the player's eyes rolling up into his
Oh
head.
my god.
Be up for some time.
I'm pretty sure this PC. Yeah, he's not inside. There is no. It's not scoring. The Goblins might still.
Oh, is he going to do it? This would be outrageous if he did.
Oh,
Dodge out,
Dutch out
pick up
and
the ball,
do a
and then
throw.
pass. And
Yeah.
then it's 6+.
Yeah.
The thing is because it's wildly inaccurate, it'll just go anywhere.
Yeah.
It could go in the right direction. You have a 3 in 8 chance that it does.
They've grabbed the ball.
Go on.
As it's quite fundamental.
Outrageous.
Where is it in? Where is it in? No. Oh, if that had been inside there instead on the touchdown line, so that would have been so amazing. Where does it end? Whee!
His team dear.
Ah. Don't
Yeah,
think the
I don't
Goblins.
think Nurgle can score.
No.
It doesn't matter. They're going to score They're going to score the next half.
Yeah, but
So it doesn't matter.
at least, like it's not. Like, I'm not saying the Goblins is not good, but I'm just like they're
Well,
actually a
actually,
spot where
no,
they can win. Still,
the fact that the goblins actually haven't conceded is actually really important
yeah,
because they've still got a lot of the stuff that they need for next half.
yeah. Because Nurgle didn't get the touchdown, they're not going to get all the magical weapons away before the second half. They're going to be there.
I mean, they could luck out as well on the bomber.
Yeah.
Due to your favourite rule.
Oh, I love that rule. It makes me happy every single time. I think
you can't not be happy watching goblins play.
Oh, I actually love playing goblins myself too. I think they're hilarious. It's anger therapy, but it's funny. Like you just have to like.
But you never. I can't remember who said it. You'll never meet an unhappy goblin player, ever.
Rarely.
You're just having a good time. They're just having a good time.
Yeah, they're definitely. They're quite fun like that. I think it's part of their charm, in fairness.
Oh, what's Doug doing then? What is he doing? Is he just lobbing a bomb into there and praying?
Throwing a bomb over here, and then can we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could actually like. Also because of this bomb.
He could go for the outrageous. I mean, he could basically go and put the goblin in. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Well, again, that's sort of the thing with goblins, right? Like what they can do and what they're gonna do is very two separate things.
What did they get back?
Let's see. Nurgle got a KO, and so did the goblins, but they did not get the hooligan.
Oh, I mean, they're missing a lot of their good stuff. I've got to say.
Yeah, but I think.
Oh, the bomber was actually injured. Okay, I didn't realize the bomber was actually injured.
But I think, in all fairness, if you set to the goblin player turn 6, you get to play second half with 8 goblins, your secret weapons, and you're not behind. I think they would said, deal, take it.
Oh, what they're going to do here? I'm very interested to see how Doug plays this.
Yeah. You more or less have to drag out time this night. No, well.
So I suspect he'll chainsaw the tackle Pestigor. I think is probably the play.
Yeah.
And then he'll just see what the fanatic does.
Yeah.
You've got the extra reroll.
Yeah.
All the toys. So the goblins have got 4 rerolls again.
Yeah. This is so entertaining that I'm not updating the predictions in the meantime.
This is the thing. Like, he gets to use tentacles on every bloody thing as well.
Yeah. I agree that the old tentacles was maybe a little bit underpowered, but I think the new one is overpowered.
Is he going to go again? Oh, I tried to get the beast.
There's a couple.
I guess to get that one as well. This is almost where you want him to tentacle. Oh, nice. Nicey nice.
Seems like the region in this map has not been overly good.
I mean, of one of the bloaters to lose, that one's probably the one that you're most happy that's got injured.
Yeah.
I love that go for it.
Yeah.
I love that go for it.
Well, with 4 rerolls, you might as well at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said. And a KO.
Wow. Great. What is this now? 9 against 8.
Yeah.
And the tackle's gone.
Uh-huh.
That's... Goblin's got a chance here.
They
would have thought that.
Like I said, like, if you had got... Like, this is actually not bad.
You have to protect this fanatic. You have to.
Also, you're a chainsaw guy.
Because if I'm the Nurgle I am throwing everything at protecting that fanatic.
Yeah. Though it seems Doug is not agreeing with you.
4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no guard inside. I mean, he could get a 1 dice block on it, but that's as good as he can get. I still think a 1 dice is a good. Well, it's now not even a 1 dice.
No.
He's managed to get that goblin over there.
Yeah. I think you would go for the chainsaw.
Yeah, I would now. Yeah. What a great turn for the goblins.
I must admit, I did not foresee them being in such a potential good position as they are right now.
Yeah, it was looking a bit hairy, sort of turn 6.
Yeah. That more looked like a cleanup job on our 3 than it looked like a match.
Could you throw an assist in there and then just throw the rotter at it? Is he listening?
I don't know.
Is he listening? Is he going to go for the chainsaw?
He should go for the chainsaw.
Gets it.
It should be a removal, right? With a might blow and everything, yeah. Bye-bye. I do not like the that many player next to the fanatic.
I do not either. But I have a feeling that basically John's thinking this fanatic's basically got this turn.
But like, even if you just bring down 1 goblin right here, right, all the assistance is gone, and now it's just free bashing all the marbles, right?
He could. Oh, would I? I mean, he's unlucky there. Yeah, to be honest.
What is that? That's like 5. It's lucky that he got 5 punches, right? But like that, there's no armor break is also really bad. Well,
Oh, he's dead. There you go.
Well,
You got one of them.
We'll take the dead instead, I think.
The goblins are the goblins really are in trouble now. Because you also can't hand off very easily.
No,
Because of
but
these disturbing presences, which I always forget.
Yeah, but if you just run over here and start using your screen, you should be fine. The Nurgles, because they committed so heavily to this, they're sort of out of place. Like you might have to do some nasty not going for it, dodges next turn, but like that's more or less it.
Yeah, that's kind of a foregone conclusion, isn't it?
Because you pin the mobile player.
Will you much of a run on the field?
Absolutely not, Jeff. I stood on the line of scrimmage and my victim.
That's yeah. Oh no, we didn't establish the screen first. No, don't. Oh. I think that is gonna really gonna be the
Yeah, he'll lose the fanatic this turn, and then it's game.
yeah. The more the problem is now, because there's no screen here, that the Nurgle is gonna go in and sit on the ball and
Oh dear. I hope
There you
Jill.
go. Fanatic gone.
yeah. But
No, I'm not sure why you don't follow up there, because he's
Yeah.
now basically blocked his route to
that
the
was
ball.
actually that was actually quite not a good decision to not follow there.
Because I'd have just been going. I'd have covered the ball. You could go and cover the ball first, and then you can blitz, because at least you've got a player around it.
I'm not liking this.
Why don't you follow? Like, that goblin's gone now. He'll dodge.
Yeah, but there's two pieces left.
apparently wizards call that kinetic energy.
Like if this rat spawn does not activate, the goblin is still in the race. Or, well, you can also just pick up the ball, of course. Wow.
No.
This is definitely a match of bad dice.
This is like jet. This is on. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You gotta
Bring that one down. I think you have to bring in the player who's lying down.
Yeah.
And then you want to blitz. Well, I'd now be blitzing with one of the two.
Well, we're back to the one dice. A little bit more brave.
Go on, Doug.
No, Doug. You should have gone for the 2 dice.
See, I think you could have dodged. If you'd have dodged with that free goblin, you could have got 2 dice and had the ability to hand off out of pressure as well. You would have been out of the disturbing presence. Then the goblins are away. That was a mistake.
Yeah, I did 2 dice. I would have sacrificed.
Oh,
yeah, that's rough. I would have sacrificed the screen up here for getting 2 dice. It was just so important to get a chance for that ball.
Well, now the goblins will be throwing desperation dice rather than that was a genuine chance.
They were still in the runnings there for magically somehow still.
How are they going to catch or run with a ball if they're constantly writhing around on the ground? I should probably say something meaningful to all our cabal vision.
Goblins are still standing up, though.
Think of as
Can he do better? Can he pick up the ball this time?
Nope.
No. Has he got extra arms as well?
Yep.
He hasn't taken the re-roll, so that's why the chance has been.
Yeah. Now you gotta.
Now this is not as good an opportunity. The thing is, this is not as good an opportunity.
Now it's okay. You do the one
now
dice.
now the disturbing presence has come in.
Yeah, but at least that's not on the. Yeah, gotta read all that.
Okay, depends where the ball bounces.
Yeah, hope north. Really hope north for him. Wow. No, you can't go there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rush, handoff. Might as well.
Yeah. Oh, get this one up. Get this one up.
Stand up the goblin.
Yeah.
Stand up the other goblin. Dodge that one out. Try and hand off on a 4+.
Wow.
Look at all those 6s.
Yeah,
That was 3 6s in a row.
You gotta.
He'll fail this on a double 1, though. Wow.
A 4+. You got. No.
This is a 75%. You do it.
Oh my god. Off. And do not do the going for it. Like just don't.
Stand on the end zone. Yeah. Stay there.
Good
You're
coupling.
good.
Good coupling.
He can't catch him now as well.
No. Oh my god. Oh.
That was
mayhem.
Outrageous.
Yeah. I did not predict this match to go this way.
I think Doug's as well got a chance to take another turn out of this as he plays it, if he plays it well, and he doesn't lose a player.
I think Little Wing is right. Like this match is definitely entertaining. It is entertaining than most matches I've played recently. I'm not sure I would call it professional football, but fun.
Zenjo saying I have absolutely no idea what anyone is about to do next.
No.
This is true.
I think that's also a very good way of looking at it.
Another broken goblin.
Yeah. But it's like I think at this point you don't really particularly care about broken goblins. I think.
So you have to lock down these 2 goblins that are free and standing.
Well, they're definitely getting started play points from this, yes. Oh wow, this is a rare sight. Not goblin fouling, but goblins being fouled. That is not a common sight.
Bring this goblin out. Bring this goblin over here. That's it, Doug. Come on. Right, now bring this one over here and just lock up this guy. Run this guy all the way over to the other side.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That'll do. He's gonna blitz him.
Yes. Of course he's gonna blitz him. I might have done it with this one first though, but other than that, I like this.
No, I fouled the gate for it.
Oh, yeah.
That's not ideal, but it'll do.
Why push forward? I don't know. That I like, but I don't get why we push the.
I mean, I'd just be now going for this. I'd just be going. Screw it. Dodge out and try and blitz that.
No, you push you out. Like go one going for it in here.
That goblin will score on the next turn. 8 out of 9 times it's going to score.
He shouldn't.
So surely you just try and see whether you can knock it down.
I would have used the blitz here to push this one up here and then move it up. It's like you need to roll a
Yeah,
6.
he went with what I thought.
Yeah, but the problem here is now that the goblin moves over here, and you still have a turn that you're not catching it.
Well, as I say, I don't think it matters because Nurgle are not scoring in 3.
Mm,
If the kick's deep, the Nurgle aren't scoring in 3.
no,
They're definitely not scoring in 2.
no.
Much more dangerous than players.
Yeah. 1 down.
Needed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely need that bit there.
Outrageous from the goblins.
Yeah.
Why would you let your tentacle touch that player?
That is definitely not my prediction of what this would look
He's
like.
got me on 2 dice uphill. He's rolled POW and Defender stumbles.
He seems a little stunned, doesn't he?
I can see why Jean-Luc is twisting.
Yeah. I would also say that Nurgle is not the easiest team to get to work.
They need a bit of skills, don't they?
Yeah.
That one's got fists bigger than ham joints. This player can attack him.
I also remember the Goblins have been having a pretty decent season.
Winter's Dad's been doing very well with them, I think.
Yeah.
Which is he in? I think he's in Barren Hills. No, it's not Barren Hills. Is it Farnock? Central. Yeah, he's top.
Mm-hmm.
After 10.
That's pretty impressive for
5 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. That's amazing. I mean, DK Max has got 1 game in hand, and that is against that's going to be a win because Rux is currently going through some ill health.
yeah.
So Max will go top.
We're missing one of their key players.
What a well played, Goblins.
I
Well played.
well played and well
Just
done.
needs to go this just needs to go deep. It just the ball just needs to go deep.
I would do a middle of the pitch kick because like even with 2 turns, even if it's not a deep kick, like the worst thing you get is touchback.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna have 1 go for it, aren't you? Minimum.
Yeah. And that's also why I'm not a big fan of the 2 pieces with 6 movement is down here now. Because that's minimum of 3 going for it up here we need now.
Well, that's quite nice for the
Oh.
quite nice for the Nurgle. They get 3-star player points for injuries this drive.
Yeah, I think though if
Against
they
Goblins, that's quite nice.
I think if they got in a little bit earlier with the amount of injuries that's lying all over there,
Yeah.
I think they would have been really happy. I think it's a little bit late for the to really
Still a
matter.
lot of star player points collected in this game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They'll need to scoop up that ball and quickly.
Yeah. It's just interesting how just like a few things just done in the wrong order, a few sort of positional errors really changes the statistics a lot.
There's few games like Blood Bowl where you can have something sewn up and being like, yeah, this is just the way it needs to be, and it's to like, oh holy, and I'm up Cheese Creek again. Like
Yeah.
that's just.
It's just little things like
Oh
this
yeah.
this has happened twice in this game. That that Nurgle warrior that moved forwards, that added an extra movement to the Pestigore, who probably should have moved forwards beforehand anyway, so is at least in scoring range. Or do you take the both down? No. Okay.
But you also like just that one where he didn't follow, and thereby closed the gap between the two goblins.
Yeah, it was the same sort of thing. It's just like you really have to pay attention to like where your players are at all times.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of almost the same in like chess against like very, very good players. It only takes one mistake.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
But it's also because like in chess or here, like the consequences of one wrong move, it is so huge. Like the difference that can create in itself, that it's really hard to recover from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think John's just gonna go. Yeah.
Why not?
It's the fact that the rot spawn jumped on him, and he doesn't go around the pitch very elegantly, but still manages to lift himself off the floor to jump on the player.
I was gonna say I almost like I have to look up like what. Whoa.
He's dead.
Yeah. The animation for the rat spawn jumping.
Surely the front bit just flops down. Like surely you just kind of go flop, like body slam him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing as like watching dwarves on Blood Bowl 2 do leaps. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
But there is a YouTube video out there of someone doing a load of leaps with dwarves. That's quite funny. And they essentially just do high jumps. That's all they do.
I think it could be actually also funny to see what the trees animation for. Like the two goblins, the two remaining goblins.
That would also be true. We currently have no UKBBL matches going on at the moment, so this is probably a good opportunity for us to go to see what the scores and the doors are. Are we going to do another one of these next week? Because obviously we've got one more.
So if I've done this correctly, let's see if I can get the UI here to do what my bidding. A little bit of luck. Yes.
Oh, so we can kind of see the standings and things.
So
have a little mosey.
Yes. So of course this is with match day 10.
We start at the bottom, are we?
Yeah, I think that's the right place to start.
Okay, cool.
And of course, there's some of these matches that are 10 matches and some are 9, so it's with a grain of salt. But like, I still think it's pretty telling of what divisions have been better predicted than others. I think it's fair to say. I'm not going to mention any names because that would be sort of shame for me and Evie. So definitely not mentioning who this was. This is pretty much
a lot of arrows quite close to the top for this one, isn't it?
Yeah,
got a lot of them.
That is like the red one is the one who the pink is wild card and the red is the one that was feared that would ruin the predictions, right? So the wild card is taking it. The one who's threatening to ruin it is exactly that. And then except for like being in the reverse order of what's being picked for like first, like other than that, it's more or less spot on.
Let's just stop. Mathimus needs the name drop. Remember, one in red is the Mathimus Award.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Just so everyone doesn't forget, the Mathimus Award.
Exactly, and fully deserved.
And that should be a subscription straight there.
Yeah. I think again, like for Dark World Central, it's really spot on, right? Like the
wild card again at the top. Yeah. Top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, this one's kind of locked out. I've got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my top 3 finishing top 5.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. And Mathimus is not gonna come and ruin it this time.
It's really, really interesting. You look at both of those leagues.
Yeah.
The more agile teams have done better.
I think it's mostly also because usually the best teams, they need to get skills to control the best teams before they start really be able to deal with them. Once you get an orc with tackle and mighty blow, until then you suffer any agile team, right? But once you get to that point,
you don't have to actually subscribe. Don't worry.
I actually don't think we have.
It's fine. Don't worry. I put a couple of quid into the UKBBL each month, so it's fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think the Twitch account can support subscribing at this moment. That's a slap.
Okay. Because I've got a button at the top that says I can subscribe. Oh, there's a lot of arrows again at the top on that one as well.
That is.
Goodness me.
Yeah, that is pretty well done again.
For those Morecambe and Wise fans, I've got all the right notes by the look of it, just not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah. And for those who haven't aware of that, I have a bit of OCD, so definitely these need to be aligned over here. Otherwise, clearly it's just not right. Then we get up to Calder Hills. This is also...
Yeah, this was me as well.
Yes. Though the Mathimus is not doing so well here, but I think that's acceptable.
Well, I did remember this was kind of like my absolute wild card.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty.
Goldsack has still got to play another game, so could jump up to. I obviously don't know the touchdown differences, but could jump up to at least 7th, if not 6th, and then they're basically within striking distance of 4th.
Yeah.
So could get into that.
Definitely.
Now I think I should be forgiven on the next one because no one's ever going to predict Goblins as top of the league, right? No one.
No.
I have to say though, I've been really surprised. Will's Orcs have really struggled.
Yeah.
This season. I haven't followed their season, but I'm really surprised they've struggled.
Yeah, also, 7 matches for Orcs. Usually, even with the bad season Orcs, you should at least get some wins because just from being Orcs, right? But, yeah. Sometimes Snuffle is really cruel.
Yeah, it also might have just been bad matchups at the... there's times you want to play a team, and then there's other times you possibly...
There's also,
you don't want to meet them.
Dark Elves.
For example, I wouldn't want to play... Take an R league, I wouldn't be wanting to play both the Orcs as my final 2 games.
No.
That would not be my cup of tea. I want to play them early before they get too powerful.
Also, I don't... this is fairly fresh teams, right? So having 2 free Dark Elves teams is not exactly your cup of tea either as an Orc player at this point.
That's true. Yeah. As I say, we've got
Barren Hills.
Did we miss one?
No, I think you did all the hills.
Is there a central in this one? Have we got Farlick Hills? Did we do Farlick Hills? Was that the previous one?
Yeah, the Farlick Hills was the one with Will. Yeah.
It's because we did the first one pretty quickly.
Yeah. Calder Hills East.
Yeah, I'm loving La Prout's stomping of the division.
Yeah, that is really, really strong going there. That is
10 wins. 10 wins. Perfect record. Won the division two games ago, probably by the look of it.
Yeah. Especially if you like Senjo and Caspian Kings have also had really good seasons, and I also think it's really nice that Caspian King was in the FA final last season, and Senjo is in this season. So it's really that's also a good sign.
Well, also, we need someone to kill some Orcs, Mathimus. because the people who are there at the moment can't do it.
Yeah. I think that it seems a lot of the Prem West players thinks that orc betting competitions is the thing to go for. I think they seem to be more wanting to pet them than kill them. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for the love of trying. I've tried to break them.
No. Then we have.
So that was the end of my ones. That's yeah. Octobeast is pretty close.
I think for a division that I have done, this is actually not bad. I also aware that my frame of reference in comparison is not the same. I deliberately chose Maximus as the wild card, though I would have picked him as number one otherwise. But I just thought it was fitting.
Build it to Altdorf. Yeah. Alex Archer will be a great addition to the East, Prem East. And that division potentially looks quite open next season.
Oh, definitely.
And actually, the Orcs they looked clear at one point, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if they lose both their last two games, they could miss out on automatic. I don't think they'll not get promoted because I know there's two teams that are coming out of the Prem East for a season anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex and Spleggy are playing each other in this round.
Oh.
So winner of that basically gets promoted.
Yeah.
But Alex hasn't lost a game yet this season.
No, that is
disappointed to see. I'm sure. Hopefully it's just a case of just needing a recharge. But disappointed to see Simply step away from the league for next season.
Yeah.
Been a very good advocate for the Necro.
Yeah. Definitely.
Of which actually I'm really surprised we don't see more of them. There's not a lot of them about.
I think it's because they're quite tactically challenging. Like you need to like it's like playing. I would almost say like Dark Elves. If you want to play them at the higher end of the tables, you need to know how to play them. Like they're not that forgiving, I find. But if you can play them well, they can also perform really well. But you need to know how to work with them.
Yeah. Looks like we've got another title that's already decided in the West, and it's another one for the Elves.
Yeah. Except for one prediction. I think I did okay.
Yeah.
Just ignore the last one down the list. That's not.
Yeah, I really struggled with the Lizardman this season, so we'll go down.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Like, this is pretty nice predictions.
Very surprised to see both of those Orcs playing in the West next season.
Yeah.
In Prem West anyway.
Yeah.
I suspect Doug will have a little play around with them and put either one or both in the East.
Yeah.
Just because of the way the re-roll threads are kind of shaping up.
It would appear so. Yeah.
But that's actually a pretty good prediction.
Yeah.
4 arrows in the top 4.
I think for me this is an amazing prediction. Then we have.
I mean, I did say pretty. I think I said in the video. I was very, very surprised Arctic Antarctic was not in the top 3.
Yeah.
And I think possibly should have been, but was obviously your major wild card, but I would have had him in my top 3.
Yeah. My Methodist, yes. But yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's going on in Prem East then? Who's basically going to be taking on the 2 Orc teams?
So I glance you back on top. I was going to say with that goal, I'm not really surprised.
Yeah.
A little bit surprised that it seems like Corn Knight has really not having a good season, which is like quite the swing from making it to the playoffs two times in a row to relegation spot more or less here.
It's just Elven Death Spiral.
Yeah, I think.
See, this is the thing. It's like this is how the league should work. Is these weaker teams I think the stronger teams can kind of get away with it. If they have a bad season, they'll just recover next season.
Yeah.
Whereas with these, if they'll have a bad, well, these bash teams, they can have a bad season with results, but their roster will still look fairly good at the end of the season. With Corn Knight, who is a very good player.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He will have lost games because he will have lost players.
Yeah.
And this is where I think your Prem East and the Prems and the Altdorfs in particular at the moment, with where the leagues are, the tables won't lie in terms of who are our good players, who are our great players, and who are our best players.
But I also think like
when Corn Knight goes down, I would expect him to win the Altdorfs quite comfortably.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think, because if Corn Knight keeps with the Union, because I've never seen Corn Knight really. It was good. Corn Knight I think was in a rebuild.
Yeah.
He said.
But
I think Corn Knight's was relegated a couple of times with Skaven in Blood Bowl 2 and basically won the league at a canter whenever he went down to the Altdorfs.
Oh yeah. But I also think like if you look here, right, like from 9 points to 13 points, that's 9 out of 12 players. That is like inches like difference between being like number 4 or being number 12, right? So I think in that sense also it shows how competitive this is, like this East is. And
it's a very yeah, that one's quite competitive, and it's got quite a nice little balance.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for a little bit more variety. There's a couple of repeated races, but I think this is just a victim of the fact that you have to play 4 seasons to get them all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of players who cycle through their teams at the lower tiers.
Yeah.
It might just be a case of, some people, there'll be seasons where people will get potentially a double promotion because you'll get a number of, it might even be this season, where I think you might find that there are a lot of Prem coaches who've played sort of 5 seasons into Blood Bowl 3.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
You might see a fair number of Prem coaches retire their teams, and that will shift everything up.
Oh yeah. But I think also, like you said, like there's just some teams that are more volatile, like the Union, the Skaven, because like we can go down here, like Henlik should not be down here. Like that's just not where he should be. But like if you have a bad season and you have that death pile, and I think to some degree it's probably also the same thing that sort of happens to the Wood Elf team down here. Like I think maybe this is maybe controversial, I was going to say, but I think maybe also it's because if you get into Prem too quickly, you haven't built out your team to the same extent. Like most the teams up here, they have like a star player on their team. Like we can take Galangeo's Ghoul, right? Like that is not a Ghoul anymore. That is a star player basically, right? And having a standard undead team or having a standard or undead team plus a star player, that makes a huge difference. And I think that's why many of those teams that come up are sort of struggling. If you don't have a star player, you are at a huge disadvantage.
I do think the whole system of the league, which is again the reason why I like this league, that's one of the reasons I really love it, is it encourages you to invest the time in a team.
Yeah.
And it's not like a regeneration, tabletop league where you might cycle a new team every season. That certainly happens a lot in the tabletop league that I play in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will just play, and most people will play a new team each season. But obviously, because you've got tier structures, it encourages you to invest in the team. The likelihood is that I'll probably play 1, maybe 2 teams, I reckon, on Blood Bowl 3, because we'll get a re-rule at some point, and how old is this version? 5 years, coming up to 5 years.
Wow,
so they did a re-rule after 4 years on the last one, and I'm not sure how quickly they'll implement new rules into Blood Bowl 3, or whether they'll just make it Blood Bowl 4. God forbid. We've got all those fun and games to come.
Yeah. I was going to say we could probably expect the same level of game consistency. Let's not go down that road. Let's keep this.
But again, you're looking at the Prem West. Apart from you,
Yes.
and I suppose you could argue Andy Davo didn't play his game last week.
Yeah.
Again, it's very, very close apart from Sminty's, who's kind of cut off at the bottom.
Yeah.
But you've got 3 points separates 5th from 11th.
Yeah.
That's it. And there's no player in that bracket has won more than 3 games in a season, which is really low. Coupled with 2.
But considering, like, if you look at it like statistically, like we played 9 matches, some of us played 10, but like most played 9, right? So statistically, you should have 3 losses, 3 draws, 3 wins, right? Like that's the average statistics. So any team who's done more or less than that is compared to the others in that bracket that you're in are doing either better or worse. And that's also why, like when we looked at Lepute, like which is a clean slate win, right? Like that's impressive because like the draw that I got this season was mostly Nuffle just being cruel and going like, yeah, going for it. You definitely don't need a touchdown for that. Oh, and a winning touchdown. No, you definitely don't need that either on a 2+ reroll, right? And it's you can't even have that sort of bad luck. Like you need to have even that under control, and that's what makes this sort of thing really impressive. Like if you look at just this bracket here, like 5 wins, yep, that's over average. That's definitely a sign that you're doing well. You're not having the 3 wins, yeah, you're not probably doing so well, and that should be the average for most parts, right? And that's also why, like, if you look at Prem East, you look at the numbers, they are very close to 3 and 4s, all of them, like down here. And then there is the exceptions. And that's what I think is a little bit different with Prem West, is that there's more like this, like there's a tier here, there's a tier here, and then there's just bad luck down here at the bottom right. If you look at
I don't necessarily think it's bad luck from myself. I think it's bad play, but
I've heard those two can
again,
go hand in hand.
I can think of games across my season where I just go, if I've got a little bit of dice, slightly different, at another point, a loss becomes a draw or a draw becomes a win.
Yeah.
I certainly think I absolutely had a chance to get a draw against you.
Yeah, definitely.
I absolutely had a chance to draw against Snow Troll, potentially win. And then the dice just disappeared, or I'd use my rerolls poorly. But it does show, and the gap is quite small. I wouldn't be necessarily upset if I got relegated. I think I'd probably just give me a reset. And a chance.
But I think Methodist is also sort of hinting at the same problem, or not a problem actually. I think it's actually not a bad thing. Is that like I draw it against Smithies, which is just makes it even more funny, I think. But it also just shows like the difference between winning a match and drawing or losing. It's really down to details. Like it's every move. It's one move that I forgot a skill or rule or a bad roll or anything like that. Like that the players and the game is so like leveled that small details all sort of matters. So that even like top player can draw against the lowest player. Just takes a little bit of dice that goes the wrong way. And that's also why, like you said in our match, I definitely agree with you. Like that match could definitely have easily been a draw. Easily. But yeah. The small details every single time, right?
Well, hopefully we get to do it all again next season. But there we go. We are approaching the end of our time.
Yeah.
Been doing this lovely show for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I think we've kind of gone through your script, I think, haven't we?
Yeah, at least for what I
Do
think we need to cover.
Yeah, do we just do a little bit of advertising for the 12 people who are still listening in, and the
We'll have.
millions of viewers who will go and watch this on YouTube once we're done.
Oh yeah.
So we obviously have the FA Cup final coming up shortly. That will be between Zenjo and Archangel. That will be on the 11th of May. So what's that? It's a week today. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Next week.
And hopefully we'll have a lot of the tables kind of done and dusted at that point as well.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing is as well is obviously any new players who are watching, who are listening to this and want to get involved, we'll take new players on. Excited that we potentially will add another division. We might be able to add another division. Looks like the number of runaways looks quite low at the moment in comparison to previous seasons, and we've already got 12 people on the waiting list.
Yeah.
So we'll have replaced our losses anyway.
Yeah.
So that will also be good. And hopefully it means we can add another. What would it be? It'll be probably another forest, I think. It depends how many people twist or stick.
We should have another Altdorf.
So just a little. There's obviously been discussions about kind of how many divisions we can support in the league. We think it's about 180, which would work out to I think it's 15 leagues, which is basically 14 plus a conference if we're not full.
Yeah.
But we're restricted by the fact that we feel we can only have 2 at the top. Otherwise, it then starts getting very complicated with postseason. But hopefully, we'll be able to give a little bit more detail. It's also 180 means we need 15 big guys.
Yeah.
Including our conference, and obviously these lovely people who have been running your divisions give their time up for free. So we can't necessarily plan on having more than 15. We think we've got 15 or so-ish at the moment. So
which is I think we should also make a small shout out for there will probably come up a post in not far future where you can, if you want to, put a hands up and say if you want to come and become a big guy, and that is definitely something that is also really useful for us to have more of.
Basically, we have a league because people are happy to kind of help out and run things and put threads up and and also kind of add the little details that we do, like the Sir has carried on Uggs Scrat Skittle Skull trophy. We've got other little like side games kind of that and little fluff things that people do. And if anyone hasn't had a look at the fabulous AI produced banners that Hornet is doing for his opponents in I want to say it's Drakwold or Farlick Hills. I can't remember. It's one of the yellow divisions anyway, which I think is one of the centre ones. Go and have a look in one of those 2 chats. They're really cool. Just uses ChatGTP, I think.
Marvelous.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much. And
2 hours and 9 seconds, I make it.
Perfect. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.